Hi, I'm Bill Spetrino. I want to talk to everybody about, this is for accredited investors, and the first thing I want to talk about is what I don't do. And what I don't do is hype people. A lot of people, I'm a real investor. I've started out with I put $127,000 into the stock market, and I've ranged between 67 and $75 million over the last couple weeks. I mean, it changes really quick. Unlike most people who, and that's all I put in. After that, I've leveraged up. I have three basic presentations or three different services. There's the dividend machine, which is just buying straight stocks. The inner circle, which works with options and more speculative things, and billspetrino.com, which is my private services that's interactive. Okay. The main thing that I want to talk about is, number one, I've had no losers in my conservative portfolio. I have two different portfolios, conservative and aggressive. Okay. The conservative is where 90% of your money should be. Okay. And the conservative portfolio has never had a losing pick. Okay. The reason that is, there's two reasons that happens. One, most people move towards things. I move away from them. Okay. I've built a 23, I started with 8 or 12 filters. So some of you that read my book, The Great American Dividend Machine, know that I had like 18 filters. I have 23 now. If a stock doesn't get through all 23, I don't pick it. Okay. It's that simple. Okay. And what's important is people don't want to lose their money. Okay. And that's, if you ask me what I'm the most proud of in all the investings I do, it's that. Okay. I don't run a hedge fund. Someone said to me, if you're so good at this, how come you don't run a hedge fund? I don't run a hedge fund because I want to work with regular people. Okay. And someone says, you don't really want to make money. I want to make money. I make money investing. Okay. But I make money with people. See, if I ran a hedge fund and let's just say I raised $500 million, which my subscribers have more than that into the market. Okay. And I collected 2 and 20. I'd be getting 2% of 500 million, which is like $1 million. And then I would be getting 20% of the win. Last year, my personal win was 90%. Okay. Because I have options and other things. If you do dividend machine, you're not going to get 90%. Okay. Because it's just straight stocks. There's no leverage. Okay. My point is that I would get 90% of the 500 million, which is 90% is 450, and then I'd get 20% of the win. I'd make $91 million. The problem is that actually I'd get 100 because I get 2% of 500 million, which is 10. I made a decimal mistake. I don't have charts and stuff. I just talk to people straight out, and you'll be able to ask me a lot of questions. The only people that don't want to answer questions are people that either have crappy records or they don't know what to say. They've been read a script. Okay. We have a marketing department. I'm the best marketing person I know, with all due respect to all the marketing people that I've ever worked with in my life. They don't know how to market me. I know how to market myself. Okay. I've been doing it since I was 6 years old, and I was a guy selling baseball cards. I've done gambling. I've done baseball cards. I know how to get my money in right. I know the value of things. You see the sports memorabilia I have behind me, a Pete Rose autographed jersey. Okay. I paid $150 for that frame. Okay. It's worth much more. Okay. I got a good deal. Someone didn't want to ship it in an auction. So I went and picked it up. It was lower. Okay. I understand the value of things. It's very important to do that. And the reason I don't run a hedge fund is I got this from one of my subscribers, Jack. And what he said is, I believe the ultimate accomplishment in life that brings the most satisfaction is changing someone else's life for the better. You have done that for me and for many others. Thank you for providing the financial guidance that allowed a debt-free retirement at age 55 to my dream home in Lake Martin. And this is in Alabama. Okay. The point is, I get things like this, and I've helped thousands of people. That's something you can't quantify. Okay. I don't need to make money off of people. I make money with them. Okay. See, if I had a hedge fund, that money, all that money you'd be paying would be coming to me. Okay, and my friend Iris, which is the IRS, would be taking a percentage of that money, although not as much with the carried interest. One of my subscribers, Dave from Louisiana, hi Paisan, I was just with him lately, and he explained to me with the carried interest, but it doesn't matter what it is, okay? I'm here to help. I like helping people, okay? I just do. That's what I do here, and I'm good at it. I know how to invest money. Most people don't know how to do it. They've never done it before, okay? And I'm obsessed. You are what your record is. The great football coach, Bill Parcells, always says, you are what your record is, okay? And see, this is the real theme of what I'm doing, okay? Someone said, are you going to explain to us what you do? First of all, I couldn't explain it in 20 minutes. Second of all, I wouldn't tell you how I do it anyhow. David Copperfield doesn't show you how he does his tricks, okay? The whole purpose of this is to get you and decide whether you're going to make the perfect step to move forward. The person you invest with next to your spouse or significant other is the most important person that you're ever going to pick to manage your money, okay? Most people don't know how to manage money, or unfortunately, like a sense of humor, they think they know what they're doing. People always tell me, my guy, you don't know what my guy does. To quote the great entertainment star John Holmes, I don't have to know what other people does. I know what I have. I know what I do, okay? My record has been, we'll just explain, if you make 6% a year, okay, and you start with $1 million, there's something called the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is very simple. You take the interest rate that you're going to make, 6%, and divide it into 72. That will get you, see how fast your money doubles. So if you start with $1 million, in 9 years, you'll have 2 million. Then in 18 years, you'll have, if you're making 8%, 4 million, 8, and then you'll have, I'm sorry, if you're making 6%, 12 goes into 76, 6 goes into 72, 12 times. My mind works faster than my voice. So it's not like I don't know my numbers. 1 million turns into 2 million in 12, 4 million in 24, 8 million in 36 years. Okay, so 1 million will turn to 8. If you go to 12%, you'll think, okay, 12% is double 6, so 8 million, you'll make 16. That's wrong, okay? That's where most people don't understand the power of compound interest. My real accomplishment here is to teach you how important this is. If you make 12% a year, okay, your money doubles every 6 years. So 1 million turns into 2 million in 6, 4 million in 12, 8 million in 18, 24 million in 24, 30 million and 32 million in 30, and 64 million in 36 years. The difference between just 6% a year is huge. That's why some people are rich. You know, I've compounded my money in the last 10 years around 45%. I can't show you that. I don't want to show you charts on that. And I don't want to say I can do it. I'm just showing you hypothetical amounts of where you'll be. There's no guarantee or whatever that I'm going to do it. I'm just telling you what I've done. Going forward, it is not going to be as easy to compound your money as it was going back. It's just not. The market's too high now, okay? But I still have investments. I still put out a great stock last week, and I told everybody to load up, okay? I haven't had a load the boat moment in a while, okay? I told them to load up. Obviously, I'm not telling you this stuff. If you subscribe, you'll know, okay? But at 18%, which I feel that we'll get over time, your money's doubling every 4 years. So it's 1 becomes 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 126, 256, 512. Okay. The difference between 512 million and 8 million is the difference between some people who can retire very early and retire late. See, this is over a 36-year period. Some of my people are retiring over an 8 and 10-year period. Okay. Because they had more money to start. Okay. This is for accredited investors. This presentation is set up where they're assuming you have about $1 million or more. Okay. I know they showed on the thing how I locked in gains. Okay. Through the inner circle, I've made option plays that locked in a lot of money and a lot of profits. And that was something that I liked and it was important to me. Okay. And, I want people to understand investing is something that's extremely important. Okay. You have to learn and get it right. If you don't know how to get it right, you're going to have a problem. Okay. And we're going to have a question and answer service as well. So you can ask me questions because, like I said, the only people who are not able to answer questions are people that like I said, they either don't know the answers or they don't like the answers. Okay. Most people that have bad records, there's many people and they're well-known people. People ask me, why aren't you on CNBC? Why aren't you on Fox? Because you have to pay to go on there. Why would I pay? Okay. That doesn't make any sense. I understand why other people pay. I understand why other people try to advertise their stuff up there. I don't have to advertise. Okay. People know who I am. They know I make them money. Okay. And it's very important. But I want people to understand that this is something, investing is something that, like, many people have done real well. Like, why do you get started now? Many people have done well just because the stock market has done well. Okay. Going forward, I can assure you the returns will not be, I'm the only one that will tell you this. They will not be what they were the last 5 or 10 years. They just will not, because the market is at a price right now that I feel is very high. Okay. Now that doesn't mean I can't find stocks. See, we don't own the market. We own individual stocks. Okay. So if you have any questions, I think we could get started on the questions, because usually last time I went 20 minutes and we had questions and we ran out of time for the questions. So I would prefer to just answer the questions at this point.
Thank you. Okay, your first question is, how do you feel about cryptocurrencies? Good?
Well, I have to tell you, when cryptocurrencies came out, and I have this documented on my forum, and I've said different things on the nice thing about the dividend machine is they have back the last, and my personal forum, Spetrino.com. You can see what I've said in real time, like in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. I said that one of my friends had cryptocurrencies and he got hacked twice. And he bought Bitcoin when it was like 100 and he got hacked twice. And I just didn't get involved. I invest in sports memorabilia, as you see behind me and stuff. But I think, like anything else, if you want to invest in it, you're not wrong. I just can't value it. It's not something that I can do. Okay, like with a stock, I know what the right price should be. I don't know what the right price of Bitcoin should be. I do tell people that if they want to do it, if you buy things at their all-time lows, you're going to do better than if you buy them at their highs. But I won't recommend any cryptocurrencies. But there's money that you can make money doing it. Of course, you can make money selling horse manure too. So it's not something, I'm not comparing cryptocurrencies to it. I just can't value it. If you ask me what Bitcoin is worth, I can't tell you. If you ask me what Tesla's worth, I can give you a number less than what it's selling for. I can tell you that. But I can tell you the exact number if I sat down and figured it out. I can't do it with cryptos.
All right, thank you. And here's another question. Money Show investors would like examples with specifics of how you invest. Can you focus on the dividend machine, please?
Sure. I mean, I like buying stocks that have good balance sheets. I need to know they have to have consistent earnings. Okay. They don't always, believe it or not, I have some that don't pay dividends that I put in, like a stock, like I'll give you an example, PayPal. It doesn't pay a dividend. When I bought it, it was with eBay. And I told people that if you bought eBay and PayPal, it was like $70 at the time. I said, PayPal will be worth more. And I quoted Elon Musk. And like I said, this is all documented. And the stocks, I know 100, I don't even know what it is anymore. I don't stay up on what they are. I just know they're a lot more than what I paid for them. They're worth a lot more. So, it's a value investing. I'm a lot of Ben Graham and Warren Buffett, but I put my own twist to it. If I don't like the stock company, or I don't like the numbers, or I don't like the CEO, then I don't buy the company. Like I have very many filters. You know, I want stocks that have real earnings. Okay. A stock will never be in the conservative portfolio that doesn't have earnings. We can't have it. Like EPS, positive EPS. Okay. And there's standards for it. It's a value investing group though. It's not, I don't make my money speculating on stocks that I call pajama boy stocks where they're, you know, they have no earnings. They're just an idea in somebody's head. That's not what we do.
Okay, thank you. At this time in the market, what areas of concern do you have this year? It's a stock pickers market. Can you mention what you might recommend for those who are wanting to hold and not trade?
Well, like I said, the bulk of my money has been made. I'm not a trader in so many. The bulk of my money has come from buying stocks and holding. Okay. If you get a good entry price, like I'll give you a stock I bought years ago, Apple. Okay. I wouldn't buy Apple at this price, but my basis that I put into it, I believe, is about 10 or 11. I don't, you have to look at the exact numbers. This stock's 100 and some. So I've done real well over, now that's probably happened over 6 or 7 years. So I don't get rid of stocks because the EPS, like it's selling at a 28 or 30 PE right now. I wouldn't buy it here, but I'm not selling it either. Okay. And I'm holding it. I don't try to time the market. I hold things. I have some stocks that I've held for personally for almost 30 years because I like the companies and I like what the dividends are paying and I like what I'm getting. So I own them. Does that answer the question? Do you need more?
I think it does. Feel free to ask a follow-up question, Monica, if you would like more information. Here's another question. So what's your favorite dividend growth stock?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say what I have. Like, I don't like to say the stocks I have, but I will give you this one. I've owned Altria for 28 years or 29 years, and it's done good for me. Now, I wouldn't buy it. Like there was a period of time I wouldn't buy it when it was too high, but I've owned it recently, and it's a stock that I would still buy. I mean, I liked it more at 40 than I like at 50, but it's a good stock. It raises its dividend. You know, you're selling a product for a penny that costs a penny for $8 to addicts, and the government's your partner. You know, and I've heard negative things that it doesn't grow, but I think they have pricing power. And I actually think it's a great hedge against inflation. And I'll tell you why. Let's say we had 20% inflation. If Altria sells for a penny and it goes up 20%, then it costs you 1.2 cents to make your product, but yet you can charge 20% more. Okay. And see, I gave this example because I want you to understand how my mind thinks. Okay. Every other investor that I talk to give you a lot of gobbledygook. I don't do that. I tell you why I own and why I own it and what price is a good price to. I will tell you exactly what price it's too high to buy. Not going to tell you right here, but if you subscribe, I would tell you.
Okay, thank you. There's lots of comments in the chat from some of your, it looks like some of your current investors saying a lot of good things. I'm waiting for more questions. So if you have a question, please type it in the chat.
Can the people see the comments?
They can see each other's comments. Yes.
Okay, good. I mean, I want people to understand. I mean, you can Google me and find out who I am. It's like I could do things much different. I just don't. Okay. And I want people to understand that I don't know anyone else that's in this business that isn't trying to end their bottom line. Okay. And trying to get the maximum out of it. That's just not me. Okay. That's not me.
Okay. Understood. Here's another question. I'm not sure, and maybe they need to ask a follow-up. Does he invest his own money in his recommendations?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if so, how long after his investment do we find out?
You find out. I don't front run people. Okay. Now there's stocks I've owned for a long time, and I'll tell you, I've owned this stock, and now it's popped into it. Like, I'll give you an example. A stock like Altria. I've owned it for 29 years. when I started the thing, I told people I loved it. I wanted to put more than 20% of my portfolio in. They said, no, I don't want you to do it. We had a basis of about 16 or 17 when the thing started. When the stock got to in the 60s or 70s, I told people I didn't like, I started selling off part of it, not all of it, but part of it. Okay. And I explained to people what I'm doing. I hold things for a long time. Okay. Now, some of them, like I had a very small position in PayPal, which I sold. I wish I had it. Just like there's a stock called Visa that I wish I had. My basis is like 10 and the stock's over 200. I had again, I didn't personally have the money to put into these things, but I would. Okay. I would have bought it. You only have so much money to put in. And even now I have with margin, I have over $100 million invested in the stock market, which is my money. It's not someone else's. Okay. It's mine. And I would say 90+% of it is in the conservative portfolio. Okay. I do have some in the aggressives, but it's a very small amount. And I made my money. You could see me when I started this newsletter, I had about 400,000 and now I have 60 some million. So you could see me doing it. And it changes. It could be 70, it could be 68, whatever it is. But I can assure you that nobody that gives picks has as much of their own money in the market that they made themselves, not what they made off their subscribers, charging them $25,000 a year. Okay. I don't know if my company would do that. I wouldn't do it. Okay. I don't take advantage of people. I make money with them, not off of them.
Okay, here's a good question. Can you address the matter described in the title of your presentation, which is your large gains in January 2021?
Yeah, it's some marketing person put it together. I don't really like what they did. That's why I'm trying to, but I'll address it. I have a lot of leaps in my inner circle thing. In the inner circle, you won't get that out of dividend machine. In inner circle, we have a bunch of options that I play, and we book. I mean, some of them were 1,000%, 800%, 650%. I mean, it was really good. Okay, and you play the options. I mean, it was very good. I didn't own all of them. I wish I did, but I either owned the stock or I owned the option, and it did really well. But there's disclosures for options. People have to I mean, this is an accredited group, so it's not so bad. We can talk more about it, but I mean, when you make 800% or 400, I mean, this guy bought a house off of one or two trades. Okay. And this is a big house. It's featured in a magazine. And people have bought planes. They've bought mansions. I mean, they believe in what I do, and they seems believe it.
Okay, talking about what the other people have done with the gains lends into the questions you've been asked here. Things like, why don't you cash out? Why do you still do this?
I would never cash out, okay, because what are you going to do with your money? Where are you going to put your money? Like what kind of return are you going to get on your money? Okay. I mean, I have losing years, but I follow them up with winning. The last losing year I had, I was -20 in 2018 personally. And then I made 205% in 19. I made 90% last year, and I'm up 20 some percent this year. So I wouldn't get out. So that's the cash out part. There was another question. What? With cash out?
It was cash out, and and why do you do it? And I think that's been answered because you love it. You love helping people.
The real reason I do it is not just because I can. There's people that need this. They don't know how to compound their money. There's so many bullshitters, liars, thieves, and con men. Okay, and I mean, you have to, when you ask somebody their record and they get fumble mouthed, you'll realize that you're into a marketing person. Okay, they spent millions of dollars on marketing and they can't pick their ass if they were in a river. Okay, they just don't know. Okay, and they can do whatever they want. My job is to help those people. I feel it gives me good karma, and it does give me good karma. I'm a healthy person. I'm very happy with what I do. My company should pay me more money, but that's on them. That's not on me. I don't care.
Okay. And you have a lot of questions about, here's a good one. Do you have a subscription service?
Yeah, like I said, the dividend machine is through Newsmax, and the inner circle is through Newsmax. BillsPetrino.com is through me at ticketbill@aol.com. And you pay a subscription, you pay a flat fee. Okay, you don't pay, and we don't charge crazy. I don't do some of these thieves will do 20,000 a year. If someone charges you 20,000 a year, okay, I like to know their records, okay, and I'll put them up against my record, okay, and we'll see what gives you a better. I'm the ultimate value investing instrument. You can invest in me.
Thank you. And then someone else has asked and seconded, is there any money back guarantee with your service?
With all my services, there's a money back guarantee. All three of them. There's money back guarantee, so people can try it. A lot of people try it, look at the portfolio, think they can do it themselves and quit. I mean, they're fools. They're complete fools. But again, everyone has the right to remain ignorant, and a lot of people exercise their rights. I can't speak for that. But yeah, I do that anyway, because again, it's not a con. Like, there's one service out there, they'll charge you 20 grand, and if you don't like it, you get a credit for another service. Well, okay. You're going to screw me on another service that doesn't work. Okay, thanks. I don't do that.
Okay, and you've been asked some very specific questions about certain stocks. Would you be answering those, or do you want me to pass on those?
Well, I mean, I can answer some things. I mean, I'm not going to tell somebody what I have. If they ask me, do I like something or don't like something? I mean, I don't like a lot of stocks right here. I wouldn't buy them. Like Apple, I'm holding Apple, but I wouldn't buy it here.
Okay, so Viacom, Pfizer were two that came up.
Yeah, I'll answer Pfizer. That'll be an easier one to answer. Like I said, I don't like the sector right now, and I don't like Pfizer doesn't make it through my filters. Okay, when I look at it, there's about 4 things I don't like about it. If you own Pfizer, you won't get hurt. You just won't make what I make. Or I would be owning it. I don't think you'll make what you'll make. You just might. I mean, I'm not perfect. I get things wrong. Although in the conservative portfolio, when I get them wrong, they break even. I don't lose 30% like a lot of these people do for you. And I've outlawed a lot of things. Like, I will tell you something real. I'll throw you guys a bone. I don't own banks. I won't own them because they have a bad business to start, and they do incompetent things. You mentioned Viacom. The stock has fluctuated because a bunch of investment banks, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, they got in bed. Nomura, they got in bed with this crook. The guy was arrested for insider trading. They wanted his commissions. And I'm sure they don't like what I'm saying. I don't give a damn. Prove me wrong. And they got in bed with this person, and the stock has fluctuated. Then they say the stock is risky. I can tell you that Viacom stock is at the price it is right now is not risky. Okay, it's much less risk than anything else.
Okay, and one final question: are you worried about the U.S. dollar devaluation, and what about gold?
I think the dollar will continue to devalue, which is when you ask me why I'm not in cash or I'm in the market, because I hate the dollar. The gold to me is like Bitcoin. I can't tell you what it's worth. I don't know. I talked to Jim Rogers personally, asked him questions. He didn't know either. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Warren Buffett doesn't know. Warren Buffett has a great thing about gold. And if somebody would want to read that, and it's for any crypto. See, someone says, what about sports memorabilia? I know what a Jim Brown rookie is signed helmet is worth. Because I'm a cheapo. And if I'll pay $140 for it, which I paid for that, I know it's worth $300. Okay. So that's what I invest in. It's just, I can't put $100 million. I mean, you could put $100 million in the investment in the card market, but I wouldn't do it. There's no bull market there either. You have to find the right deal. And that's what I do. I don't own 500 stocks. I own, 12 or 8.
Okay, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, we are past time here. You still had some questions, so I hope that they contact you. I want to thank you and everyone for joining us today. It was a great presentation. So thank you and have a great day.
Natasha, thank you very much. And to all my subscribers and all the people just watching that think about being a subscriber, decide who you're going to be with. Last year, when the market went down, many people were saying that I wasn't exceptional. My personal portfolio went down from 30 to about 10 million in a very short period of time. And now it's in the 60 to 70 million. So just stay the course.
That's great lasting advice. Thank you again. Bye, everybody.
Take care.